Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Come Together Hub podcast. I don't know if you know, but over the last few weeks we've done a few interviews with people who are part of the Come Together Hub, which is a bit about real lives, real stories and real people. So
Yep.
Are you okay if I just ask you a few questions today about your recovery and find a bit more out about you?
Fire them out.
So tell us a little, let's go back a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what brought you into recovery.
I come into recovery in 2019. I come in by a friend of the family that was already in recovery. A year prior to me coming in, he tried to tell me about recovery, but I was trying to sort of do it on my own. Couldn't process anything he was telling me. I even remember the situation where we was in St Helens at the time, in the Ardshaw Centre, and he was trying to talk to me about you don't have to do all this and what have you, and I just couldn't process anything he was telling me at the time. Fast forward a year, do you know what I mean? Like, more carnage, more pain, more misery, more drugs, everything. A year goes by, and I'll always remember he was sat on the edge of my bed, and I'd just come off a 4-day bender, and I woke up and I was a bit delirious. I didn't know who he was, and it just really shocked me, and proper freaked me out that someone was on the edge of my bed. I was like, who the fuck are you? And I believe at that time, from what I know now from being in recovery, that was that small window that we do call the gift of desperation, and I got it in that time, and that's when it came. Admittedly, what brought me into recovery? Consequences of my using, really, if I'm honest. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know that I didn't want to stop then. I knew that I wanted all the pain that I was causing to myself, all the consequences of me using, because my partner at the time was just a complete shell of herself. I've been epileptic since I was 15 years old as a consequence of my drug using, and that was really, really bad. Do you know what I mean? I was having seizures all the time. I was just in a really bad physical state. So that's what really brought me into recovery. I don't wish, but I kind of do in a way. Maybe I'd have got it a lot easier. But anyway, my journey's my journey. I am where I am today. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't come in wanting to stop drugs or I come in because I wanted the pain and the consequences of my using to stop. Lo and behold, when I got into recovery, something happened, do you know, and I sinned, I knew right from wrong, you know what I mean? I knew right from wrong, and I didn't have this illusion that was I was doing things wrong my whole life and thinking that it was right. I knew right from wrong, and when I got into recovery, it was I seen what I seen in the rooms, and I seen people living better or at least happier, do you know, and their experiences without drugs. It's probably what kept me coming back, do you know what I mean?
So what you spoke about there, I would say, is kind of that lived experience model. So it was kind of how important have other people, say other addicts or other people in recovery, how important were they on your journey and still on your journey?
100%, because there's a guy that we know in St Helens very well. I won't mention him for anonymity purposes, but he was a massive part of what they call hearing your story or your identification or whatever. And it was because I was under the illusion, I didn't know then, but I know now, I was under the illusion that addicts was in doorways, begging, all that sort of stuff. I put myself up here because I just sniffed stuff and took stuff and, you know, I didn't inject and stuff. But how ironic that what it on with me and what also definitely kept coming, made me keep coming back was as a process of identification through someone who'd used heroin and crack and all that sort of stuff for like 40 years of his life, and he become a very, very positive influence in my early recovery. So yeah, like I think that was really important because like what it did is it helped me like sort of not separate myself, because when it was coming into early recovery it was like look for the similarities like all the time. I remember in the cars on the way down to the meetings it was like look for the similarities in people, and it was like if I'd have done that, like if I'd have done that to a certain aspect, I'd have just thought like I'm only looking for people that have sniffed drugs or took loads of tablets or drank loads of alcohol. But I got my process of identification through a different sort of similarity, through where it took me inside here and inside here, do you know, inside here. And it was through someone who'd used a completely different drug for me for a longer period of time, and it was beautiful, it was good, yeah.
Well, I think it takes us all to the same place, doesn't
Yeah,
it, no matter
100%,
what
yeah.
drug we use. And so in terms of your recovery now, how long have you been in recovery now?
So I've been in recovery since 2019, which is, what we're in, 2025, so that's 6 years, just gone 6 years, and I've been clean of that for 3.5 years.
Congratulations, that is amazing. What do you do to maintain your recovery now? Is there anything different than you did when you first came in?
Yeah, so when I first come into recovery, it's a lot different really, if I'm honest. So when I first come into recovery, I was going to meetings all the time. I did the usual, got yourself a sponsor, picked up some service, went to my meetings, and that just become my life. But you hear it, don't you? But like time's a funny thing, isn't it? Because like it took time for me to understand, to find a new way to live. So like what I did then, like it helped me to stay in the rooms, but it didn't really find me a new way to live. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like what I do today now was definitely help bridge that gap. Do you know, there's stuff what I do today with like obviously Come Together Hub and another organisation that I've partnered up volunteering with, and that definitely helps bridge that gap, you know, and also like in that time I've sort of found myself a lot more, do you know what I mean? I've found like, so here's one, like I used to love fishing as a young kid at 15 years old, but drugs become more important and that just got pushed aside. So as soon as I come back into recovery and I'd got some steady progress after like a year or something or two, it's like I found my passion back for fishing. And you might think like, but that is part of finding a new way to live. Do you know what I mean? And then going on a few more years, it's like I found that I love traveling the world and experience different cultures. Do you know what I mean? And I found like really good friendship groups and understanding like values. Do you know what I mean? And these are all like it's all part of a big jigsaw puzzle. Do you know what I mean? And it's like over the years I find pieces, I'm like, oh yeah, that's fitting. You know what I mean? So it's like it's brilliant. It's been an amazing experience, and I'm just here for the ride.
I love that. Thank you so much. I just want to say thanks for sharing. Thanks for your courage.
No worries.
Congratulations. We do recover.
Yeah,
right?
we certainly do.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Ryan.
No worries.